If you're a sports fan, make sure you go check out SportsCastr for all of your sports needs. Whether you're a football fan, basketball fan, or baseball fan, this app is the perfect way to get news for your team and is an app I personally use myself in case any of you guys want to check out my pregame, halftime, or postgame streams. I'll leave a link in the description below. What is up, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global back here with another video, and in this one, we're going to be talking about how the New England Patriots get even a little bit more thinner at the wide receiver position as they have released wide receiver Cameron Meredith, who has spent really his entire tenure here with the Patriots on the PUP list, and this was a signing that the New England Patriots made back in early August. Now, Meredith has spent his time here in the NFL with a couple of different teams. Most notably was the Chicago Bears, which he appeared in 25 games and caught 77 total passes for 1,008 yards and 4 touchdowns. After not being re-signed there by the Chicago Bears in 2018, the New Orleans Saints decided to bring him in, and this is when Cameron Meredith was coming off of a pretty good season about the 2 seasons before they signed him in 2018, because the season prior to this was when Cameron Meredith had missed basically the entire season because of an injury. Now, due to the good showcasing that he had in the prior year that he had played in the NFL, really is what indicated the New Orleans Saints to sign him to a 2-year deal worth $9.6 million. Sad part here for Cameron Meredith is that this injury that he was facing there with the Chicago Bears was seriously lingering around him, and he was only able to appear in 6 games for the Saints, in which he caught just 9 passes for 114 yards and a touchdown. The Saints came to Cameron Meredith about taking a pay cut, in which Cameron Meredith said, okay, you know what, I understand he took a pay cut there with the New Orleans Saints, but he was still unable to get healthy from his knee injury and even actually tweaked his knee again, which is why the New Orleans Saints released him. And then shortly after releasing him is when the New England Patriots had a workout with him and decided to bring him in. Meredith is still a fairly young wide receiver here in the league. He's just 27 years old, but ever since again joining the New England Patriots, again right in the beginning of August, Meredith was never actually able to get on the field. He was not able to come here in a preseason game. We haven't seen him in practice. We weren't even lucky enough to see him in a Patriots uniform because he has spent the entire tenure on the Patriots PUP list. And the thing here is that fate was never really on the side of Cameron Meredith, strictly because we all knew that he was an injury-prone guy. We look at his past history, and it's injury, missing games, missing seasons. And then, of course, you add the fact that he's coming in super late here into the process. I mean, training camp was over. We were starting our preseason games, okay? Shortly after, and just a couple weeks after signing him, was going to be roster cutdowns. So just looking at the fate of Cameron Meredith, it was pretty unlikely that things were really going to work out. Now, the thing here that is really interesting about this move is that the New England Patriots had signed him to a 2-year deal, okay? It wasn't just a 1-year deal minimum. They signed him to a 2-year deal, meaning that they could have him for this entire season, you know, whether they wanted to bring him back when he was healthy or whether they just wanted to take it easy with him, just have him under the wings of the New England Patriots, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, and have him get to know the system for the following season in which he can make a run for a roster spot. This kind of reminds me of a Obi Melifonwu type situation where they signed him pretty late into the process, but signed him to a 2-year deal so that he was able to fight for a roster spot the following year. But New England has released him almost 2 months after he originally joined the Patriots, so that indicates 2 different things for me. Obviously, one of these things would only be the correct one, though. The first option being that the New England Patriots just didn't see anything in him. They either saw that his injury was more serious than they originally believed, and they didn't want to waste their time. They didn't want to waste his time. You know, maybe the talent and the chemistry was not working the way they originally thought it was. Or the second option being that the New England Patriots are just trying to free up some cap, okay? The Cameron Meredith signing was not a lot. It's not going to free up a lot of money, but nonetheless, they are trying to obviously free up some money for some possible moves, which I'll get to in a separate video. So that could always be a potential option there. But of course, just a very interesting move as, again, they had him signed to a 2-year deal. So Cameron Meredith didn't even have to play this season. Okay, he could have spent the entire season learning the playbook, watching the team, and just getting healthy to be able to be ready for OTAs, minicamp, training camp for the following season to compete for a roster spot in which he would be in contract year with the Pats. There's no denying the fact that Cameron Meredith has talent, okay? He's put up respectable numbers when he's able to stay on the field. He has a really good highlight resume. You guys can go look it up if you want to see what I mean. He also brings exactly what the New England Patriots were starting to do on offense, which I really liked and was really praising, and that is adding these tall receivers. Okay, we look at what they have now, and that aspect of adding these tall receivers has really just fell through. On your active roster right now, you have Julian Edelman, Josh Gordon, Philip Dorsett, Jacoby Myers, Gunnar Olszewski, Matthew Slater, and you have N'Keal Harry on the injured reserve. So really here, your tall guys are going to be Josh Gordon and Jacoby Myers. And we haven't really seen too much of Jacoby Myers, so really your only tall guy is going to be Josh Gordon. Meredith being a fairly fast receiver, again, nothing compared to like a Cooks or a Tyreek Hill or anything like that, but still being a fairly fast receiver, sitting at 6'3", really could have been a great aspect and great talent and addition here to the New England Patriots offense, but sadly, that's not going to happen. To me, that's not much of a surprise. Just looking at his issues in the beginning, looking how late he came into the process, I think it would have been a push to actually have seen him this season. But that is it for today's video. What are your guys' thoughts on the New England Patriots releasing wide receiver Cameron Meredith? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys are not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I promise you guys are going to want to know every video I make. Make sure you guys also turn on those post notifications. Make sure you guys also like this video if you have not already. I'll leave a link in the description below to some Patriots Global merch if you guys would like to get some. Make sure you guys share this video with everybody knows within the Patriots Global family. Other than that, I will catch you guys in another video.